LeBron's been with the Lakers for 7 years, but did you know that was his first go-ahead bucket in the final 10 seconds of the fourth quarter or overtime in LA? 0 for 18 on those shots before the tip in yesterday. Time now for one of our favorite segments. Is that McNuts?
What do we have here?
We have the great Tim McMahon here to jump in as well. Monica, Luka, and LeBron will have a Hollywood ending to the season. Is that McNuts?
What did I say, production? Did I say this? I think this is not McNuts. It is McNuts. Okay, listen. I don't necessarily think that they will be champions, but I do think that this will be a lot of fun. I still think OKC is coming out of the West, but I think this will be a lot of fun. So in the sense of Hollywood and raising the Lario, no, that's going to be McNuts for me.
All right, Tim?
Yeah, that's not a Hollywood ending. This is not a team that is, I mean, maybe they're a long shot contender. They're not a real contender right now. They're a transaction cycle or two away from that. A Hollywood ending has to be a trophy. A playoff run, sure, that's possible. A title, I don't see it happening. Not this season. In the future, perhaps.
Yeah, they're built for a run, though, with Luka in his prime. Okay, Monica, the Rockets will make the West Finals. Is that McNuts?
Ooh, chow. I love this group. They struggle offensively. I do not think they will be able to survive their droughts offensively in the nature of a playoff series, so I got to go with this one being McNuts. But if you ask me about a team whose defense could pose some problems, if it was just defense, I'd be into the Rockets. But the other side of the ball for me, they're a little bit slow.
All right, Tim, are they legit contenders in the West?
The Rockets are a superstar away from being a serious contender, and that's just not just my opinion. That's the feeling within the organization. The question is, can that superstar be homegrown? They've got a lot of talented young players. Can one of these guys develop into that type of player, or do they need to take a big swing in the trade market as soon as this summer? These playoffs aren't just going to be great experience for them. It will be a great evaluation opportunity of the Amen Thompsons, Jalen Greens, Alperen Şengüns, and the rest of the talented young players that they've got on that roster.
And by the way, if you're just getting up with us and you're looking at the Western Conference standings and you're thinking, wait a second, when did the Rockets get up to the 2 seed? I mean, they're currently the 2 seed, Monica.
Yeah, look, these guys have been playing great defense all season long. They've had some spurts where Jalen Green has been dynamic. I mean, they've got guys on their roster that have played good basketball. The Thompson twins, they got Fred VanVleet in terms of leadership, and so they quietly chop wood, carry water, quietly. Now, those standings are a little bit fluid. Yeah, because the West is a little all over the place. But I think this team deserves more respect than they've been given.
I should point out they were 13.5 games behind Oklahoma City.
Yep.
So they're in 2, but they're a month away from catching them. And we don't have a month left. Let's go now to the Celtics. Should they sit Jason Tatum until the playoffs? Is that McNuts?
That is McNuts. Come on, man. You guys are the reigning champs. You can't just ice a guy. Now, if there's an issue, do you have enough cushion to let a guy rest? Sure. But other than that, part of playing your best ball when the clock strikes playoffs is the opportunity to be on the floor together and continue to build momentum.
With a title to defend. Tim, do you agree?
Yeah, save the bubble wrap for somebody who's fragile. This is one of the most durable superstars in the NBA. You don't need to baby this guy. Give him time to get right coming off of this ankle injury, but if he's healthy, let him play, let him roll into the playoffs with a rhythm. You don't have to treat Jason Tatum with kid gloves.
Again, momentum with a title to defend. Well, it'll be interesting to see how they handle this the rest of the way, final 10 games or so. You guys have been great today. Thank you for your NBA perspective.
Thanks, Matt.
And all of your McNuts and juice suggestion has been fantastic. Learning you graduated high school in 2007.
There we go.
And Tim moving from a bad backdrop to an LA backdrop. You did everything today. Guys, thank you. Hey, let's go to baseball now. Happy opening day. Speaking of bubble wrap, Jeff Passan is here along with Jeff Mendoza. All right, Jeff, number 1. Shohei Ohtani is rehabbing his right elbow. When will Ohtani pitch?
Ohtani will pitch, Matt, when Ohtani is ready to pitch. And what I mean by that is the Dodgers have so much pitching depth, they don't have to rush him back. Coming off his second elbow reconstruction, this is a big deal, him getting back on the mound. And if they don't need him to get back right now, especially with him not having pitched in a month, he's going to go off of the mound on Saturday and start building back up. But They don't need him at this point. There's so much pitching
Can we just
there
talk
already.
about how ridiculous that is? I mean, not that that's not true, but just the fact that they have that much depth. That you have Shohei Ohtani.
Right.
If anyone has him, I mean, he could have been pitching this month, pitching in April. But the fact is they have so many guys. And yes, Roki Sasaki, who we saw, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, both of them pitching in that Tokyo series, but then you got Tyler Glasnow, you got Blake Snell, and what's even more ridiculous, you guys, is there's 5 more starting pitchers that within this space, so they can give Shohei Ohtani. The fact that Jeff Passan just said whenever he wants to is absolutely ridiculous, but that's the depth of the Dodgers.
All they want is him back for October.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's what they care about. And if there's something about the Dodgers that really bugs me, it's that it's almost like they have a playoff spot locked up at this point, and that they can look at October as the goal. It's like the regular season's immaterial to them because they're so good.
But we believe Shohei's healthy enough to throw. I mean, the last time we saw him dominate was at the Angels. They're not worried about any other concern.
Nope, nothing health-wise at this point, but second time coming back from elbow reconstruction, like that's a real thing.
And the 6-man rotation is what we'll probably see when he does come back. I mean, there's a lot of bubble wrap around more than just Shohei Ohtani.
And we know he doesn't need it for the bat. He's as good a hitter as we've seen in baseball, maybe the best hitter in baseball. He's going to be fine either way. So are the Dodgers, even if Mookie Betts missed the first 2 games of the season with an illness. What's the latest on his status?
He's doing better, and he's been trending that way in recent days, Matt. Mookie Betts lost 18 pounds. He had a nasty virus, was not able to hold down food for a long time. It finally turned the corner, though, and the Dodgers feel good about him. He did some work on force plates to make sure that the strength was still there, even though the weight was not. And once he was able to do that, it was like, all right, he'll be back out there. He's going to be shortstop on opening day and going to be going for another MVP award in a lineup that seemingly has endless MVP candidates.
Well, and most players wouldn't be starting out opening day if they had that frame, losing 18 pounds. But Mookie Betts is just that guy. You can't keep him off the field. And you're seeing that. I mean, he doesn't have to come back right now. And we saw Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman not even play in the Tokyo series, and they won both of those games.
Right.
That's how ridiculous we just talked about with Shohei, how with the lineup. I mean, Mookie Betts, yes, significant, yes, shortstop, all the things that he brings.
Yeah.
But the fact that he lost that amount of weight and he's still saying, I absolutely want to play. His biggest thing is yes, he was sick, but he's like, I could still do my workouts. I mean, he was still hitting. He was still doing all of the things. And we saw him play in the exhibition game against the Angels on Tuesday.
Here's how loaded the Dodgers are. We're actually going to this question and setting a Major League Baseball record with wins. It's right now 116. The Dodgers break that.
No.
Well, don't be so disgusted with the question. It's a legitimate question.
It's not a legitimate question.
Why?
Because they've been playing baseball for 150 years, Matt, and 2 teams have gotten to 116. 1 team has gotten to 114. The next highest is 111. The notion that the Dodgers are so good that they're going to sneer at a century and a half of history and blow away the high water mark is just unreasonable to me. It looks like they could be a 120-win team because of all the talent. That's just not the way that baseball works.
Artie Dolan, clip this off. 9:30, 8 a.m. Eastern on March 27th. Just clip that off. We'll revisit it. What do you think?
If they wanted to, this is a team that is capable, I think, of winning that many games. Is that the goal? Is that the goal? They're not. I mean, have you seen what they could possibly do? They could win 162. They won't even lose a game.
Oh.
So ridiculous.
I'm so tired of the Dodgers
Matt Berry. Oh, see, now they're
That's what it is.
team.
The colors are coming out, yeah.
My biggest thing, that's not their goal. Their goal is to get to the postseason. And what we're seeing now is for teams, it's not about breaking records. It's not about how many games can we win. Let's just get into the postseason and win the World Series. And it is a much different mentality for how many you're going to actually win over the course of the season.
You know what? That's why fans are so aggrieved by the Dodgers. It's not just the money, it's not just the deferrals, it's the fact that they can waltz into October. But I think the one thing that's the equalizer in baseball, guys, is that October is